Hey everybody, it's Emily at ARG Schooling, and today I'm going to be giving you a tour of my 2024 bullet journal. So this is my second attempt at filming this. The first one, the lighting just didn't work. This one, I think the lighting's better, but now I've got dogs all around me because I'm near their back door, so like they're wondering why I'm over here. But we're gonna give it a go. Hopefully they're not too distracting in the background. I've been bullet journaling for, I think, going on, this is either my 5th or 6th year. I can't remember now, but it's been a while. I feel like I've gotten into a really good rhythm with journaling. I feel like I've improved a lot. I figured out what works for me, and I'm really excited about my journal this year. It's so pretty. So let me just show it off to you. First, before I do that, let's talk about what I use for journaling. So my journal this year is from Notebook Therapy. It's the same company I got my journal from last year. I just really like their journals. They're just really, really nice. They're really well put together. They're beautiful. This one has like a really like soft velvety feeling cover. It's got a really pretty image on the front, and I really love that they have like these gilded edges. And if you can see that, there's leaves on it. This is a very like autumnal inspired journal. I also like that they offer slightly oversized bullet journals. This one is like a really good size for me, for what I want. I also am obsessed with their washi tape. You guys know, if you followed me at all, that I am a little bit obsessed with washi tape. And this washi that I bought, it kind of pairs with, it didn't come with the journal, but it pairs with it. It is stunning. Like, it is the prettiest washi I've ever seen. It's beautiful. And it is obviously autumn inspired. It's so pretty. And as for like what else I use for markers, I really like the Papermate Flair pens. These are just really good quality. I really like the colors they offer. And for just like writing, I use either a pencil or I use the Sharpie S-Gel pens. I really love these. These are my favorite pen. I've tried so many pens over the years, and this is the one that I've bought multiple times. Okay, so now let's go ahead and look inside my journal. So the first page is just like the nameplate and stuff, and I've added these really cute stickers that came with my washi. I'm trying to zoom in so you guys can really see how cute the stickers are. I love them. And then the first page, let me zoom back out a little bit so you can see the whole thing. So the first page is where I have the year. I put the word of the year. This year my words, I have two, are fearless and intentional. And I've added some stickers. I really love the sticker that I got in my Nightworms subscription. I always get so many fun stickers, and I never know what to do with them, but I felt like this one wanted to be in my journal. And it kind of fits the theme of like fearless and intentional, I feel like, or at least fearless. Then I have my year at a glance spread. This is the same format I've done. I think this is my second year using it, but I had a similar one before that. And this is just a very basic, like the year on this side, or the monthly grids on this side, and then a blank one on this side so that I can add dates and things on here and whatnot. So it's just, it's a helpful spread. I really like this layout. I think I'll stick with it. On this page, we have my reading goals tracker and my monthly book count. So up here I just color in a box as I read books throughout the year until I hit my goal of reading 120 books. And then my book count is just a bar graph where I track how many books I read each month as we go along throughout the year. Over here, I'm really obsessed with this spread. I just think it came out so pretty. This is my ARG Booked book club page where I will just be putting in the books we read each month, and then I've given myself a little bar here to add my rating. And yeah, I'm just excited about our book club this year and what we'll be reading. On this page, everything's still completely blank. I'm going to be adding things later today, but I wanted to show it to you guys while it was still pristine. This is my new releases page. This is where I will be keeping track of all of the books that are on my radar. This is sort of my catch-all for everything that's coming out in 2024. Whether it's a book that I have pre-ordered, a book that I have received as an ARC, a book that is just something that I'm interested in but not sure if I'm going to buy it or not. Whatever. If it's on my radar, it's going to go here so I can keep track of all the new releases. And then as I read them or purchase them, I will like either write it in ink or highlight it and stuff so I can kind of see how my reading goes with that. On this page, I'm adding something new this year, and this is my ARC tracker. I am really, really bad at keeping up with reading the ARCs that I receive. I'm great at like researching them and requesting them, and I'm so bad at like remembering that I have them. So I'm hoping that this will keep me on track with that. So I'm going to be adding the titles of the ARCs and the author, and when it's published, when I've read it, and if I have reviewed it, so that I can actually like stay on top of it this year. That is a goal I have, is to like actually read all the ARCs because I'm already behind from 2023. I think I have a few books that I think I have a few books from 2022 that I still haven't gotten to yet. So, you know, I need to get on top of that. Over here, I have my 12 recommendations from 12 friends page, and it's still blank. I know all 12 books, but because I don't know when I'm going to be reading them, I decided that as I read them, I would add them in here and add my rating and all of that. So like throughout the year, I'll be adding to this as I read the books, because if you saw my video about this, I added all the titles to a jar, and I'll be pulling a title out of a jar each month to read. So this will be a nice way to keep up with that. Then I'm really, really pleased with how this came out. This is my favorite one I've done so far. I've been doing a book bracket. I think this will be my third year doing this. And the first year it was just a mess. I hated how it came out. The second year, last year, was fine. It worked, but I didn't love it. This is my favorite one I've done. It actually looks nice. You guys, it actually looks nice. I'm so pleased with myself because I am not good at this. I always over or underestimate the size of things. So the fact that I managed to get this to fit and still had room for washi tape, I'm ecstatic. So this is basically the way this is going to work. Is each month I'll write my favorite book of the month that I read, and then, you know, I'll start narrowing it down until I have a favorite of the year. I really just like doing this. It doesn't always equal out to my actual favorite book of the year because I frequently change my mind, but we'll see how this comes out. Over on this page, I have my TBR tracker. That is a thing I started doing in 2023 where I use my TBR jar to help me read my shelves. And so each month I pull a prompt out of my jar that will inspire me to choose things that I already own from my shelves. The prompts are all like geared towards what I own. So each month I'll write the prompt I pulled from the jar, as well as how many books I read for that prompt. And then on this section here, I have my reading stats. This is something new I've added just because I'm curious and I want to like see everything. I've always been a person who likes to track my reading. I like to see how my reading looks. I like to see like categories and things. So for this, I've set it up so that each month I have my total books read, how many of them were audio, how many were ebook, how many were read my shelves titles, how many did I borrow from the library, how many of them were ARCs, how many 5-star reads did I have that month, how many DNFs, how many rereads, how many new releases, and how many books did I purchase. So this will be fun to kind of see throughout the year. And then at the end, I did add a total so I can see like how many books I read all year, how many were each of those categories. And I don't know, I think it'll be fun to track. Let me know if you're interested in like following along with that. I probably won't do it as a video, but maybe on my Instagram I will like show each month what my totals were for that month. if that is a thing people want to see. On this page, I have my buzzword reading challenge set up, and I am hoping I can pull this off. I didn't do this the last 2 years, and the year before that when I did do it, I kind of forgot I was doing it, so I only managed like, I don't know, 4 out of the 12 months. So I'm hoping to be more intentional, to actually focus and make sure I do them. I'm just going to be reading 1 book for each month for this, so I'm hoping it's doable. But I really like the categories Kayla chose for that, so. This is possibly my favorite spread. I just think this came out so pretty and so autumnal, and I just really like it. So this is my 2024 Build Your Library Reading Challenge, which is reading through history. I have added all of the prompts over here and over here, so there's 40 prompts altogether. And as I read a book for that prompt, I'll add it along here. It just came out so pretty. I just love this. It brings me joy. Then on this page, one of my goals this year is to be a little more active. So I want to go for a walk every day, and this is my tracker for that. So this is my go take a walk page. I will just color in the square for every day that I do actually take a walk. So I love having a thing to track things. I love having the page to check off or color or something. It's a definite motivational tool for me, so I'm excited to like use this. And I also really love the washi. I don't know if the lighting is good enough here, but it's a forest and it just looks beautiful. Over here I have my health tracker. I've been doing these every year for I think like 3 or 4 years now, and it's just really useful for me to kind of see what my health looks like overall throughout the year. So I just color in a square based on how I'm feeling that day. Then I have my reading log. This is where I track all of the things I read all year. So I will write the title, the author, the date I read it, and my rating. And I also highlight things based on different categories. So is it a Read My Shelves book? Is it something I read for Build Your Library? Is it a book I borrowed from the library? Was it an ebook or an audiobook or a new release or a read aloud or an ARC or a recent purchase? So I just like to see how that looks by the end of the year. So I have my spreads for that. Then over here I've added this year. This is a DNF'd section. I don't track my DNFs. I don't even label them in like Goodreads or Storygraph usually. So I don't keep track of that at all. I don't know how many books I DNF a year. I don't know how many, I don't even remember half the time what I've DNF'd. So I think this will be useful. So it's my DNF'd graveyard. I just want to keep track of that once and see what that looks like, because honestly, that's not ever been something I've paid enough attention to. And I DNF for so many different reasons. I might DNF a book because I was not enjoying it. I might DNF a book because I needed to read something else instead and just set that book aside. I might DNF a book because I'm just not feeling in the mood for that thing right now. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to like label why I DNF'd it or just mark that it's been DNF'd. And then over on this page I had an extra page, so I added a quote. This is one of my favorite quotes from Anne Frank, and it says, "How wonderful it is that nobody need wait a single moment before starting to improve the world." And I just think this page is beautiful. It's just so autumnal and pretty. And now we've come to our first monthly spread. So I've been doing my monthly pages the same for a couple of years now. I really like this format. It really works well for me, and I'm just going to keep sticking with that, I think. So up here I have my calendar. My dates to remember chart is here. Then I have boxes on this page where I keep track of my TBR, my video plans, and my monthly favorites. And then the rest of this is my weekly daily spreads. So for each week I give myself a box for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and the weekend. And this is where I just have like my brain dump to-do list section. This is where I keep track of what I need to do each day, things I'm working on, projects, meal planning, what have you. All of that goes here on these pages. And then at the end of the month, I have my moments that made me smile. This is where I just write down everything that I want to, that, you know, at moments that made me happy. So it could be anything from I saw a new bird at the feeder, or the Blue Jays are back, or, you know, watching a movie with my kids, or something funny that somebody said that made me laugh. So that's where I track all of that. And then down here, I keep track of the TV shows and movies that we watch. And on this page is my completed reads section. So every month I have my list of books that I have read. And sometimes if I can figure it out, I'll write down like my favorite book of the month at the bottom. And that's it. The rest of this is a blank slate waiting to be filled. And I don't know, I love having that blank slate. It makes me feel hopeful and excited about things to come. So that's it. That is my bullet journal set up for 2024. I'm really pleased with how it all turned out. I'm excited to add more things to my journal. I'll probably add a bunch of things to the back because I never complete a journal 100%. I always have a bunch of blanks at the back. So like in the back of my journal is where I have a lot of like brain dump pages where I track like project ideas and video ideas and Instagram ideas, like all the things that I want to like remember, I'll add to the back. So, but yeah, that's it. That's my journal for 2024. I'm really excited to sit down now and start adding all the things. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to try and link in the description like Notebook Therapy, where I get my washi, the pens, and all of that stuff. So if anyone was curious to go check that out, you can. I'm not sponsored by any of it. It's just fun stuff that I enjoy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Happy reading. Bye.